everybody, and welcome to the channel, Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading on what changes are coming your way. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Pick-a-Pile readings, basically we have three different piles to choose from here. We have Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. And each of them also has charms that go with them that we're going to be looking at a little later. We have our pile of Oracle and Tarot cards, and then we also have our Oracle spheres that we're going to do in each reading. And basically you just kind of meditate on the piles, look on the piles, decide whichever ones you're most drawn to, and then you decide which reading that you're reading and that you want to go see. And you can feel drawn to more than one pile, and it's okay to watch more than one if that is the case, because sometimes there are messages in more than one pile for some people. I also would just love to take this opportunity to thank you all very much who have subscribed to the channel, who have left me comments in the comments section, liked my videos, and shared the channel with their friends and family. All of those things are very important to us, and they're helping the channel grow. It helps YouTube to decide to share our channel with other people, and I just wanted to say thank you very much for all of those of you who have done so. Our goal right now is to hopefully hit 500 subscribers relatively soon. We're hoping to hit that. It's going to be a little while yet, I think, but you know, because we're still kind of tiny, but that's our next goal. So I'm really reaching for that, and I just kind of want to let you guys know that while we're at it. Okay, we're going to give you a moment or so to reflect on these piles, and then when you are ready, you can go to the description, and there will be a link there with a timestamp for each particular reading. So you can go directly to your reading when you are ready. We'll see you there. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading on what changes are coming your way. We have the yellow butterfly here that you all picked, which is, you know, very nice. I love butterflies. They denote so many beautiful things in the universe. We have our tarot and our oracle cards. We also have our oracle spheres that we're going to do later, where basically you can ask a yes or no type of question and get an answer to that. But let's go ahead and look at your charms first and see what those might tell us, and then we'll go from there. All right, first of all, we do have some letters here. This is interesting. We have KK, JJ, and a Y. That's interesting because normally we don't get double K's and J's like that. There's not that many of them in there. Those might spell something specifically for you, like if you have specific words that come to mind, or those might mean initials, like, you know, JJ or KK might be initials, or JK or something like that. So those might mean something specifically to you, so we're going to let you go ahead and go with that, and whatever comes out for you that way. But remember, this has to deal with changes. And you guys got the butterfly in your reading. I love that. Because I really like that. These are what changes are coming your way. What kinds of things you might be expected to have change in your life, or something that might be dealing with that. With the butterfly here, that just denotes change in of itself, and also denotes, to me, kind of a life's journey, kind of just going on life's journey, and seeing your connection. You're going through life, and your connection with spirit, I think, might change some. I think you're going to connect into your creativity in the near future, and your childlike nature, because we have the Mickey hands, we have the musical staff there, we have the rocking horse, and we have the unicorn, and all of those indicate to me either childhood or childlike nature and or intuition or creativity. So I think you're going to be able to tap into your creativity and your intuition, because we also have the wolf as well. And he often will symbolize creativity or knowing as well, or kind of knowing things, because he often will show up in the moon cards of tarot and other things like that. So all of these things to me kind of denote an enhancing of your creative juices and power and your creativity in of itself, but also your intuition, your connection with spirit, and the childlike energy that goes along with that. Did you ever hear that, like, children can see, like, things that adults don't see, like ghosts, or can see maybe people's true natures sometimes when maybe adults don't see things like that? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here, is that going back to your childhood, in that you're going to be able to see things that adults don't see. And that goes along with your intuition, that goes along with your spiritual powers and other things like that. I think that is the transformation that you are on. I think that's the transformation that you're going to see. Also, the creativity aspect going on here. I think you're going to be able to tap into your creative juices and powers, and maybe even be able to create some really cool things creatively. Maybe some paintings or some books or some music or other creative pursuits like that. I think you're going to be able to tap into some really cool energies, and it might give you the key to some success here, because we do have that key there as well. So that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. We're going to see what the tarot cards have to say as well, but that's kind of the energies I'm getting already, is that you're going to have some big changes in that when you tap into these energies, because maybe you haven't done so yet. Maybe you've been kind of locking those away, you've been kind of keeping them hidden and other things. I'm going to tell you a quick little story here that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm thinking and feeling with this reading. I think that I was talking about how children can see things that adults can't, and so forth. And sometimes as we become older, whatever powers we had as children, like if we could see ghosts, let's say, that's possible that that power or that intuition that we had, or that special ability that we had, might go away as we become adults, because either the adults around us didn't believe in us and didn't believe that we really were seeing the things that we were seeing, or hearing the things that we were hearing, or knowing the things that we were knowing. And so as we got older, we just believed, oh, well, that can't be right and that can't be true, and we just kind of denied it. And then as you get older, those types of powers that you might have had as a child might go away. You suppress them, you don't think about them, you don't utilize them, you don't believe in them, so you don't use them anymore. Also, our imaginations are like that as well, in that as children, we have great imaginations. We can imagine all kinds of things. And then we get told not to imagine, or not to believe, or not to go along. Let's put away childhood thinking and childhood things and become an adult and do what adults need to do. And then it becomes even harder as an adult to get back into that child mode again, of being able to imagine, being able to believe that things are real. To go along with that, the first thing that came to my mind with that was Miracle on 34th Street. The original Miracle on 34th Street, the mother tried to suppress the imagination in her daughter because she wanted her to believe in real things and what the real world was like, and what it was like. And she had trouble imagining what it would be like to be a monkey or other things. And so, of course, she didn't believe in Santa Claus because, Santa Claus isn't real, and that kind of thing. And then throughout the story, the idea is that real life can sometimes beat us down and kind of take away our imaginations and take away those beliefs and believing in things that other people may not believe are real. And that as time goes on, that if you open that up, the possibilities are endless, and you can actually reach higher heights and higher dreams, and get to a certain level of happiness and other things in your life that you didn't believe were real, just because you can believe in things again and kind of get that childhood feeling back. So that's kind of the energies I'm getting right away. So let's kind of go on and look at our cards and see what those have to show, because maybe there's some other things here, or they might even go along with this just a little bit more. All right, number 29, the World. That's interesting, because I feel like that goes along with this just like so well. Okay, we also have the number 7 of Swords. Okay. We have the 6 of Wands. Interesting. The Devil card. Okay, I'm finding this rather interesting. Move this forward a little bit so y'all can see these a little bit better. Okay, we have the Chariot. We have the Tower. We have the Devil again. Interesting, interesting, interesting. The 4 of Cups. The 7 of Wands. And the Page of Swords. Okay. Yeah. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. I do see that the reality of the world might have been intruding on you for quite a while. In that we have the 7 of Wands, which is kind of a protection sort of energy of needing to protect yourself from things. We have the 7 of Swords, which is, in this particular deck especially, is a very much a jealousy deck of not, feeling like, the things that might be yours can be taken away from you, or somebody has something that you don't have, or, and even the 4 of Cups energy kind of has that energy as well. So that's intriguing to me that those are showing up here, because the 7 of Swords can mean truth being revealed, or other things. But in this case, like I said, I think it's a reality kind of slapping you in the face. We also have 2 Devil cards, which I find intriguing that showed up twice here, because the Devil is also kind of a slap of reality. He sometimes will lead us down a path that we're not always really happy with, or that if we sell our soul to the devil, or we give our soul to the devil, we're going to regret it in some way. And it's interesting how the 7 of Swords can also mean a regret kind of card. So I feel like, and we have the 7 of Wands as well, which also denotes change, by the way. 7s are kind of a denotion of change. That's interesting that we have those kind of energies going on here, in that I feel like maybe the realities of the world, maybe you've been going down a path of indulging in worldly things that to a degree that's not maybe very healthy. It's not so much that being involved in the world is bad, like, showing loving passion, or even, liking food, or liking, drinking, or other things like that. It's not that doing those things is wrong in of themselves, but taking anything to excess can be. And I feel like maybe you have things like jealousy, you have, things like, unbridled passion, and maybe even with the wrong person. We have things like a fiery temper that can be shown here with the dragon. We have the being overprotective or overjealous, or looking at things that we don't have rather than things that we do. We have all those kinds of energies going on here. And so I feel like maybe some of you guys have kind of indulged in those kinds of things, maybe a bit too far. and have maybe even made yourself a little miserable because of it, because either you indulge in things that didn't make you very happy, or you didn't like that you were doing them, but you did them anyway because maybe people kind of tempted you into it, or you let yourself become overprotective or jealous, or seeing the negative side of things more than the positive side, things like that. Okay, those kinds of energies. And if you let that happen, um, I think that can make you feel kind of miserable. And that's not the way that children think about things. It's not the way children see the world. It's not the way children do things. Children go about the world of everything's possible. I could have anything I want. I've got my imagination. I've got other things like that. And so we do have some energies here that kind of show that movement towards that direction of getting more of your childhood energy back again, more of your less cynical, less adult energy. We have the Page of Swords, which is great because they're full of idealism. They're curious. They're inspired. See, once again, your inspiration, I think, is really important here because we're talking about your creativity. And, the Page of Swords is very much doing that. They've got a lot of mental agility. They've got a lot of new ideas coming to them. They don't get locked in this other energy. We also have the Tower card, which I find very cool and very great because that does show great change. That does show kind of a tower moment where you'll just decide, oh, wow, I've had enough of this. I'm going to move on to this other energy instead. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting here, is that all of a sudden you will have a tower moment. You will have something that will make you go, you know what? I don't need to be locked into this energy anymore. I don't need to be stuck in this mode of, protection and jealousy and worry and overindulgence and these other things that maybe you were involved in. You can go, you know what? I'm going to think more like a child. I'm going to go along with my intuition. I'm going to follow my heart. I'm going to do my creativity. And we've got the Chariot here. And this particular Chariot's great because she's got the owl, which shows wisdom. She's got the lantern, which is usually, enlightening or moving, with intuition and other things. We also have the moon, which shows your intuition. So the Chariot is showing you're going on this journey of more mystical type of energy, of tapping into those types of energies that you had as a child that you have let go by the wayside as you become an adult. Because we also have the World card here too. And you notice how on this particular World card, usually the World shows that you've reached the pinnacle, you can gain the whole world, you can do whatever. But in this case, I see the lightness and the darkness of the world. You can, it's seeing the world as it truly is, but also as it can be. Okay, so so you can see the darkness, but you can also see the light and the beauty. So in that way, I see that you're going to be able to see things from a different perspective. You're going to be able to see things from a more beautiful light, a more childlike nature, a more creative energy, a more intuitive energy, and pulling that forward. I really feel like that is kind of the change that you're going to be going through. It's really interesting here how it showed all these worldly energies, because with the charms, I got all the creative energies and all the intuitive energies and all the childlike energies. And with the cards, I got more of the adult energies with a little bit of the childlike nature, and then the Chariot and the Tower card. So to me, that just shows that, you've got this movement, you've got this thing happening here. I do think you are going to have a towering moment. And what I can see with that is, like, for instance, let's just say an alcoholic. Not to say any of you are any of those things. I'm just using this as an example. An alcoholic, will be in the illusion that everything is okay and that they're happy and, whatever. But honestly, things are not going that well for them, and the things in their life might get worse. They might lose their jobs, they might lose their families, they might, lose their finances because they're spending so much money on the alcohol. They might lose their health, other things like that. Okay, so they've got those things going, and then all of a sudden, maybe one day they'll find themselves in the gutter, or something major will happen. Maybe they'll get in a car accident and be in the hospital, or their family might leave them. Maybe they hadn't left them before, or something else. It'll be a chariot moment. It'll be a wake up moment. It'll be a this is not going the way I want it to go kind of moment, and now I need to change things up. In your case, and for this reading, your next change is you're going to have a chariot moment in which you're going to go, I need to get out of this cynical adult attitudes on things, and I need to go more in a childlike manner of believing that things are possible, tapping into my intuition, tapping into my creativity, tapping into my imagination, tapping into the way the world can be and not the way I see the world now, which is very cynical, which is the way adults see it. And when that epiphany happens, you're going to move more towards more happier state. Okay, you're going to move into an energy that you've not felt before, or that you've not even remember feeling. Okay, so I feel like that's kind of what's in store for you guys. Now, we do have our oracle spheres here. We have 4 different stands. We have green, gold, bronze, and purple. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you ask your yes or no type of question, and then you get your answer on your particular stand that you would like your answer on. Okay, so let's get our answers. All right, number 1, green, is a not sure. To me, that denotes either the question wasn't very clear, or that there's certain circumstances that need to play out first before the answer can be given. Number 2, gold, is a very likely. Number 3, bronze, is also a very likely. And the number 4, purple, is a not now. Okay, so number 1, green, is a not sure. Number 2, gold, is a very likely. Number 3, bronze, is a very likely. And a number 4, purple, is a not now. So there's our oracle sphere answers. Okay, guys, I hope you had some messages that came through that resonated with you, that made sense to you. Please leave me comments in the comments section. I love reading those, and I answer them all when I can. Also, give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family. Do all those things for us. We really appreciate it. All that kind of interaction is very useful for me personally on how to do the readings and what you guys like and don't like, and what's helpful and what isn't helpful, and what's working, what isn't working. But it's also good for the channel as well because it helps the channel grow. Check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings that might be of use to you. We also have weekly rune readings that we do our oracle spheres and angel numbers with. We have videos on how to read tarot cards and other spiritual videos on the channel that might be of use to you as well. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the green butterfly here. And we will move that over here to the side. And we do have our charms that we're going to be looking at, as well as our tarot cards. We also will be doing our oracle spheres, where you can be asking a yes or no type of question and get an answer to that. So you can be thinking of that as well. But let's go ahead and do our charms first. Remember, this is on what changes are coming your way. So we'll see what kind of transformations might be happening for you, what kind of changes you might be going through. Okay, we got a D and a P, or a P and a D. Those might be initials, or might mean something specific to you, letter-wise. Like if you think of certain words or whatever when you hear them. We've got the Queen of Spades and the Seven of Diamonds. That's interesting because the Seven of Pentacles, the seven also denotes change. Usually has to do with spiritual change a little bit more than other physical changes. With diamonds, that does deal with earthly matters. It does deal with our body, our finances, our health, those kinds of things. So let's see what else we got going on, because that might be something. It's interesting how you got the butterfly. I like that. Both of them have gotten butterflies. That's interesting so far. I pick these out at random, like I do on all my things. I just pick them and put them in there. So it's interesting that both readings so far have gotten a butterfly, because that does show transformation. That does show a change. So you definitely are going to have a change coming, for sure. The Queen of Swords, she's interesting. She's full of constructive criticism. She's very objective. She gives a lot of perspective to things. So I'm wondering how she fits into this reading. I'm going to have to think about that just a little bit, because I'm not sure how she's playing into this, because it could indicate you, or it could indicate other people. And it's just not becoming real clear at the moment how she fits in. So we're going to look at that a little closer. We do have a couple of interesting things. Here we do have a Make-A-Wish, which is very cool. We have a teddy bear. We have Enough and Blessed. We have a couple of kitties here. We have, very happy kitty and a pouncing kitty. We have the couple of parrots, and then we have the elephant. Now, what I see here, first of all, I think of children, but not like in the first reading where I thought of becoming childlike or thinking like a child. I think of family and having children and dealing with children, and family life, because we have the two parrots here, which are kind of showing, a loving relationship. We have the teddy bear, which denotes children. Make-A-Wish. For some reason, normally I don't think of this, but I thought of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, so I thought of children right away. I thought of, dealing with children. Elephants, to me, I think of their family life and how close they are to their children and their family and whatever, and that's just kind of what popped up in this reading. And also, the kitties here also make me think of family life, home life, children, playfulness, those kinds of things. And also the blessed, being blessed with children. So for some reason, I'm thinking a lot of children in this reading. So we're going to see what the cards have to say here. But I feel like maybe you're going to be blessed with children in your life, that maybe that's the next big change coming for you. If that is something that you have wanted, or maybe a specific child or children will come into your life. Maybe not your own children, maybe not having children, but dealing with some children. Since the Make-A-Wish Foundation came to my mind, maybe dealing with children in hospitals, or with needs of some sort, or working with children in court, or being an advocate for them, or something like that. That might be the next change in your life. In which case, the Queen of Swords to me would kind of denote your giving them guidance, you're giving them constructive criticism, and being that strong person there for them that they can look up to, and that they know where to go. So that's where she fits in that scenario, or how I see her in that scenario. So that's something that is coming through with the charms. There might be something a little different with the cards, or something a little skewed, but that's what's coming through with the charms. I'm definitely thinking something with children or dealing with children or working with children might be the next big change in your life. Let's go ahead and look at what the cards have to say about that, because there might be, I get the feeling there might be something else going along here as well. Okay, we've got the storm warning, number 10. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Chariot. Wow, that showed up in both readings too. That's interesting. The King of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. The Temperance card. The Hermit. The Eight of Wands. The King of Wands. The Nine of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, this is intriguing. We have lots of kings and queens in your reading, and I see them usually as authoritative figures. We have lots of pentacle cards, which we were seeing earlier. The Seven of Diamonds, which is also a pentacle, and we were talking about your health. And how that deals with your body, your finances, earthly matters and things. And so maybe for several of you, a big change that might come about might deal with your health a little bit, or your finances. Because we do have the storm warning card, and to me, I was thinking of bodily injury, which normally in a tornado you think of destruction of like houses and other things like that. But I was thinking of bodily injury, and so maybe you guys, wow, see, this is intriguing to me. What's coming through like kind of strongly is we've got the Hermit and the Temperance energy. And both of those kind of have to go along with pulling inward, becoming more balanced, tapping into the Earth's energy, and maybe that's where the Pentacles are coming from. Instead of being your specific body or your specific health issues, it might be more of tapping into the Earth energy that the Pentacles denote. Okay, and what I mean by that is connecting with the Earth, working with nature, working with the Earth. I think the storm warning here might show that maybe you've been out of balance. Maybe this is interesting too. The Nine of Wands is showing this to me as well, where you guys might have been just, you notice how he's growing something in the earth, and it's a Wands card, but you notice how he's almost sitting here kind of contemplating and thinking, and once again he's connecting with the earth, and I feel like that is something that you guys need to do to make this change happen and to move forward. Because I'm trying to think of the words, how I want to put them to make them make sense. Sorry, that happens sometimes where things come through here and it's hard to put the message out there where you guys can follow where I'm thinking, because everything is just so jumbled up here. I still feel like for some of you guys, working with children, dealing with children, having children come into your life is a change that is coming, okay? I still feel that way for a good portion of you. But there also is just some of you guys that the change that you're going on, this journey that you're going on, is learning how to connect with the earth, learning how to meditate, learning how to accept things as they've gone on, learn how to move forward with your life and get balance back into your life. That's kind of where the 8 is coming from, as well as the 2, as well as the temperance. We have lots of balanced energy here. You guys are going to be finding balance in your life, and that's a major change for you guys, because I feel like for a while now you have felt out of balance, that things have felt very topsy-turvy to you, very much off kilter. And I think that's why things were coming through kind of muddled there for a bit, because I was literally feeling kind of askew, kind of out of whack. And with all of these energies showing up in the reading of balance and temperance and connecting with the earth, with the pentacles, connecting with that energy, getting that constructive criticism that we talked about from the Queen of Wands, to me, that denotes being able to see clearly and see things as they are and be able to work with that. Okay, going, okay, this is the way things are. This is the way things, have panned out. This is the way things, are working. And I can work with that. I can deal with that because I have a connection to earth and spirit and these kinds of things. And because I have that connection, I can decide how the next phase of my life goes. I can decide the next way goes. So I think the transformation that's coming for you, or the change that's coming your way, is that you're going to learn how to balance things in your life. You're going to learn how to become more balanced. You're going to learn how to deal with the things that life throws at you, and that kind of thing. So that is kind of the energy I'm getting for a good portion of you. So like I said, for some of you, working with children, dealing with children, having connection to children, I think could be useful and helpful, and that might be the change, the next big change. But also, what I'm saying about the balance and other stuff applies to you guys as well, because I do think that will cause you to get more of a balance in your life and that kind of thing. For those of you that aren't going to get that connection to children, or aren't going to work with children, or aren't going to do that, I still feel like the next big change is you're going to learn how to become more in tune with the earth, more in tune with what's going on with your body and your health and your own self and your mental health and your agility and all of those things. And you're going to learn how to balance the things that life throws at you and become more balanced because of it, become more grounded. And that's the journey that you're going on. It's a journey. That's what the Chariot card has to do with. This particular chariot, he's not flying through the air. He's not going at a really fast clip. They're kind of just barely moving and moving along. And we got this, sunflower that kind of goes along with it. And that's kind of the energy mode you're in. You guys are on this steady journey of how to be controlled. The Chariot is also a controlled energy. It's also how to control your life, how to control things, how not to be out of control, how not to be off kilter. Okay? Okay, so that's really the energy that we're talking about, is how to get that balance and how to connect with the earth and feel those feelings and being more balanced energy. That is the next change that you're going to go through, is learning how to do that. Okay? I really feel like that is the energy that the reading has really been pulling through, is that is a big change in your life, because I feel like for a good portion of your life, or at least for the last quite a bit, you guys have felt out of control, and things have just been totally going askew in its own way, and learning how to be able to deal with those things and control things a little bit better is important. And I do feel like that is a big change for you, and it's a really good one. So I think that's really cool. Let's go ahead and do our oracle spheres. Basically, we have 4 different stands here. We have green, bronze, purple, and gold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you decide which stand you would like to have your answer appear on. And you ask your yes or no type of question. And then we'll get our answers. All right. Number 1 here. Green is a no. Number 2, bronze, is a yes. Number 3, purple, is a not now. And number 4, gold, is a very likely. Okay? So, number 1, green, is a no. Number 2, bronze, is a yes. Number 3, purple, is a not now. And a number 4, gold, is a very likely. So, there's your answers that you guys have there. Guys, I really hope that you had some messages come through that were useful to you in this reading. I really like doing it. I hope you had some cool things come through. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. Share with your friends and family. Maybe not this video, but the channel at least. Leave us comments in the comment section and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Also, check out our other videos. We have our weekly rune readings that we do. We do the oracle spheres with those as well as angel numbers. We have timeless tarot readings that we do on lots of topics that might be of interest. And we have videos on how to read tarot cards as well as other videos on the channel. So check out, what we got available here. You might find some things that you would really like to see. We post videos every week, so we look forward to seeing you in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose this beautiful tan and gold butterfly here, and we'll put that off to the side. We have our charms, which we're going to look at here in a minute. We have our tarot cards, which we're going to do. Also, we will look at our oracle spheres as well, where basically you ask a yes or no type of question, and you get an answer to that. As well. So we'll be doing that here later on in the reading. So let's go ahead and look at your charms. Now remember, this is what changes are coming your way, okay? So we're going to be dealing with the kinds of things that you might be dealing with change-wise. All right, first of all, we have a couple letters. We have a D and an N. Those might mean specific things for you. They could be initials. They might be beginnings of words that you can think of. Other things like that. All right, this is interesting. Wow. We have a number 4 here, which to me usually denotes motherhood, family, stability, home life, those kinds of things. Okay, so that might mean something specific. We also have 4 different cards here. We have the Queen of Hearts. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. That is really interesting to me. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles is almost always overflowing abundance and, getting the things that you want, other things like that. The Nines and Tens of Pentacles usually denote celebration, family ties, having good, happy families, getting the things that you want out of this world, things like that. So I find that very intriguing. With also the Queen of Hearts, which, that's the Cups energy. She's full of compassion, warmth. She's kind of that motherly energy. She's the intuitive healer and all of that. So I kind of feel like with all of these energies coming through, that this might have to deal with your home life. This might have to deal with your family life. Maybe you guys have been having some rough times in your family, or with your family or with your home, and I think that maybe things might settle down a little bit, and that's kind of interesting. Another interesting thing I see here is we have the Good Night charm, we have the Moon and the Star, which is a nighttime type of energy, we have the Dream and the Star here. All of these things to me remind me of sleeping, dreaming, not dreaming like dreaming or wishing upon a star, but more of dreaming like the types of dreams you have when you're asleep. the type of sleep that you have, the type of, and I feel like your dreams are going to become very important, or that you've been having some kind of rough dreams and not very good sleep, and maybe the change that's going to happen is going to change that. We're going to look at our tarot cards here and get an idea of how that affects things as well. We do have the grapes, which to me, once again, is kind of that abundance, that party atmosphere, that, you make wine into grapes, that life giving atmosphere, that, that kind of energy. And we also have the party gloves here, or the gloves. These type of gloves, they could be old-fashioned gloves that women would wear at fancy parties and other things like that. They could denote other things, but I do think that you're going to have some things to celebrate, and maybe that's a change. Maybe that's something you haven't had things to celebrate for a while now, and I think that maybe you are going to have some news or some other things come through that's going to let you celebrate. But I also want to see how this dreaming stuff comes through here with the tarot cards, because I do feel like there's some other energies going on here, or something else important with that we might get. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say about that. Okay, number 23, all tied up. That's intriguing. All right, we'll talk about that in just a minute. We have the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Magician, the Hierophant, the Empress. Oh, wow. Okay. The Justice card. Okay, interesting. The Ten of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. We had the Diamond cards earlier that we were talking about, which were also Pentacle cards. I really feel like you guys are going to have a change in your finances or in your fortune a little bit, which is going to bring back some emotional happiness. Once again, I think that you guys have felt very constrained. The all tied up energy, I think, kind of shows that. Even the wheel here, this particular wheel to me always looks very desolate. Always looks like it's been abandoned. Most of the time the Wheel of Fortune, you think of great fortunes coming your way and the wheel turning into a new fortune, which is great and wonderful. And in your case, I think might be actually the case, but it's also, though, showing how desolate and how, downtrodden things can be with the wheel sometimes, because the wheel denotes the change of seasons, the change of fortunes from one thing to another. So if things were going really well, they might turn really, more, downbeat. If they're very, downbeat, they might uplift and, turn the other thing once the wheel turns. So that's usually what the wheel denotes anyway. But in this case, with this too, it just looks so derelict and desolate. Like, I feel like things have been kind of desolate for you. You haven't felt like you could reach for the things that maybe you could get. I think the dreaming thing and the stuff that I was talking about earlier, I think you guys might have, I'm surprised there's not more swords energy here, because with those types of things popping up, I actually had some swords energy pop into my mind, where I felt like you guys might have been having some bad dreams or some nightmares or some other things come up that were really hard. And I feel like some of those dreams or things are going to finally flip on you. But also with the dreams and the wishes and the good night and all of that, I feel like with these pentacle energies and the Ten of Cups and we had the 10 over there as well, I feel like some of what you've been wishing for and hoping for is going to finally manifest. That is the change that's going to happen in your life. Some of the things that you've been wanting to happen, especially monetarily or financially or with your business interest or other things like that, which is going to help have you have a happier home life as well. Okay, so it kind of all ties in together. You're going to have enough money that you can, be generous and be able to give it out to people. You're going to have time to do some of your creative pursuits and other things that you would like to do. And this might actually happen because of some creative energy as well, because we did have the Empress card here, which is also a number 3. It's interesting how you had the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Magician. All of these cards to me can denote manifestation. They can denote getting the things that the universe has available to you, or that you would like to get from the universe, and that kind of thing. And what's interesting with the Justice card here and the Two of Pentacles, those are both a balanced energy. Those are both a, getting things back into balance, or needing to balance things in your life. And so it's interesting how both of those showed up as well, because I feel like these energies in this particular reading mean that basically you're going to get justice coming your way. The scales are going to tip in your favor for a change. That, it's not going to go out of whack. It's not going to go, where it shouldn't. It's not going to go too far one way or the other. But it's more like fairness. It's more like, okay, this is what's fair. You've worked hard. You've done whatever. You've done these things. And now the manifestations, the things that you've been dreaming of, the things that you've been wanting are now going to start coming your way. And that's the next big change that's going to happen for you, is that things are going to actually start manifesting for you. The things that you've actually been wanting, the things that you've been trying to pull into your life, the things you've been trying to manifest are actually going to start showing up. They're actually going to start coming your way. And because they do, you're going to be able to believe in it more. And because you can believe in it more, then even more is going to show up your way. It's kind of a snowball effect or whatever. And this can be in any area of your life, anything that you have been wanting to, like I said, I think it's going to be monetarily in a lot of ways, or career-wise, or dealing with whatever. But it also, in turn, is going to make you much more emotionally happy and more connected with your family, more stable. You're going to have reasons to celebrate with your family. And that kind of thing, with those energies that we talked about earlier. So it's all kind of tied in together. One little thing's going to come, and then that'll make you happy, and then another thing's going to come, and that'll make you even happier and make you celebrate, and then that joyfulness is going to bring even more, and it's just going to kind of be this chain reaction kind of thing, and this the things that you've really been wanting and really been working towards and really been hoping to manifest will start coming your way. They're going to start coming more in your favor. That is a really cool change to have happen in your life, is to have these things that you've been wanting to have happen. That's really an awesome change. To start having things, go more your way for a change, start coming to you. Things that you didn't expect, start to have more time for the pursuits that you like to do and the creative pursuits that you like to do, because the things that you've sown in the past are finally going to be able to come to fruition and get that. Let's go ahead and look at your oracle spheres as well. Basically, we have 4 different stands here, and you can be thinking of your yes/no type of question that you would like to get an answer to. And we have 4 stands. We have green, bronze, purple, and gold. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And whichever stand you would like your answer to appear on, you think of that stand, and then we'll go ahead and get our answers for each stand. All right. Ooh. Wow. That one kind of popped out there. Okay. Number 1, green is a maybe. Number 2, bronze is a probable. Number 3 is a not sure. That usually means either the question wasn't very clear, or some other things have to play out first before the answer can be known. And the number 4 gold is a not now. So we have a green maybe, a bronze probable, a purple not sure, and a gold not now. So there's the answers we have to our oracle spheres. Now remember, these are general readings, and so if for some reason these don't resonate with you, then maybe the answer was for somebody else, and maybe the universe isn't ready to give you your answer on your particular question yet. Sometimes that does happen, although hopefully with the 4 different stands here, you were able to pick a stand that you could get your answer. Hopefully there was some interesting things that came through in the reading today. I do think it's interesting that what you've been hoping and manifesting for is going to start coming your way. That's a really nice change. I really like that. And I really look forward to having that happen for you guys. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Leave comments in the comment section. And share the channel with your friends and family. Let them know about us so they can check us out as well. All of these things are very useful to us and mean a great deal to us. And personally, I just appreciate them all very much. Check out our other videos on the channel. We have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of topics. We have our weekly rune readings that we do oracle spheres as well as angel numbers in. So that might be something that you would like to check out. We also have videos on how to read tarot cards and some other videos on other spiritual topics as well. So all of those things are out there and available to you. We do put out videos every week, and so we look forward to seeing you in future videos. And may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.